there. It is a Legacy of Love and Laughter with me, Alicia, and
Me, Valerie.
it's been a long, long time. We're here to share our stories of love and laughter, and we know we've been gone for a while. So we're going to try to explain ourselves a little bit about where we've been and what's going on. So, since you had the biggest changes, why don't we start with
Yes, I
you
have. Well, most of you, at least most of our campers and friends and family,
and our fans?
know, and our fans, yes, know it's been a kind of a tough year for all of us, particularly me, losing Donald. That was tough, difficult enough, and then my daughter several months later. I thank you all for being so kind and with the phone calls, and whenever you see me, you let me know that you've been thinking of me. That means a lot, more than almost anything. And you've all been very supportive, and I do appreciate it. But I think it's time for us to appreciate what we have, what we do have. What we lost, we know we lost, but we appreciate that too.
Yeah, yeah. And it was there was a lot of stress in the year because we had like Valerie said, Donald was no longer with us, and Donald was like kind of the rock around the
Yes.
campground, you know. He We were very blessed to have a good manager, but he was different, and you know what? Sometimes change sucks. And
Fortunately, that good manager thing was a real plus for us because he was very patient and kind and understanding. And at a time when you're stressed like that, it's hard enough to get things done and look like you're enjoying it.
yeah,
He made a big difference. He and his wife were very helpful and kind to us, and we appreciated that.
thank you, Vincent Louise,
Thank
wherever
you,
you
thank
are.
you. I hope we see you again soon. They're not going to disappear on us.
Um, so yeah, we did have that. We also had to learn a whole new computer program, which we were learning over the winter.
Some of us better than other.
Well, and some of us having big meltdowns a lot.
She never could tell. You faked it real well.
Oh yeah, God. Oh yeah, all the tears, all the screaming. But sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to get through
It's
that. And
amazing how strong you can be too with a little bit of support.
yeah,
I would fall
support's
apart
good.
real easy, but I found that knowing that there was somebody I could just kind of visit with, uh, and just chat with. They just stop in and visit and want to say hello. It's been a year since
Yeah,
we've
that was
seen you.
really good. Yeah,
That stuff at the campground was a real plus for me, and thank you all so much for being there for me.
yeah, yeah. It was good. And losing Yvonne was a real. We lost her in the end of April, and the last video we did was like April. Well, it was before Easter because we had our Easter bunny ears on, if you recall. And at that time she was sick, and it just was so difficult. So that is why we
Hard
just
to even understand what's going on
yeah,
because it's just one thing after the other. What did I do to deserve this? I did nothing to deserve it. It just happened.
it happened. Well,
And I got the support from all the people that have been supporting me.
and we're getting old. We're getting old.
We're getting old. I'm
We
not.
do
You
you
told me. You told me that. You told me I was the only one
okay,
getting old.
all our friends are getting old. Remember when we used to complain to Grammy about Grammy and Grandpa because you'd go over to their house to visit and they go, "Oh, did you hear so and so died?" And they lived every morning. First thing they get up, what do they look at? The
Of
obituaries.
course.
As long as you're not in there, you're doing good. But it's really hard, and we made it through it. We made it through it a lot.
We
Yes,
depended
thanks
on
to you
each other
guys,
a
but
lot.
yeah.
Well, me more than her,
Well,
but
we were,
nevertheless, it
you
got us
know,
through.
and helping someone else helps us to stay strong. So when we
Yeah,
would
it
help each
did.
other, whatever it was, we stayed stronger. So we know you're
Besides,
probably
she made lunch for me every day I was in the campground.
because
That was very
my
nice.
love language is cooking and sharing with people I love. How could you? So it pleased me. That's the best part. Christmas. So many people are thinking gifts, 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 gifts. I'm going to get gifts. Ugh. The fun part is the giving, not the getting. And Mimi was very stressed out the other day. She said to me, "Mom, what do you give to a minimalist?" Consumables. uh,
So potato chips are okay.
oh, well, yeah, except that we go. we're dealing with this. You all know we've just come through a very stressful election that just about everybody was affected, unless you were
Living
in
under
a
a rock.
coma or in a coma or under a rock. And some of that caused a lot of family stress going on for folks. And when we think about it and we think about the challenges, you know, this is the first week of Advent. Now, in case you're not aware, Advent is it's the start of the Christian year, the Christian New Year. So it's kind of like Happy New Year. Good news is coming, Advent, that there's something approaching. And so we have to remember. You know, I always, one of my teachers in seminary would say, always remember, the Bible says it came to pass, not it came to stay. So whatever we're going through is going to pass. That's why we got to focus on good things. So sometimes we have to just pick ourselves up, brush ourselves off, and start all over again. And we keep laughing at each other. You look so funny. Oh, I look so funny. In case you watch the Great American Bake Off, I look like Valerie said, I look like the lady on the show, and I have to confess, I do. So the first Sunday of Advent is about hope and faith. So, where do you put your hope and faith in this when we're going through these challenging times? What are the things that sometimes give you a feeling of hope?
We've had a mild winter so far. That's always a
Yeah.
hopeful thing.
Well, that's a good
I
thing.
keep hoping that, the weather's going to be okay. We've all been managing to pay our bills and
That's a good thing.
so, and our friends are there.
Yeah.
For me, the past year has shown my friends so much more. I can't tell you how much I appreciate them. Simple thing like a phone call, or simple thing like answering the call when I'm calling you. But everybody offers, and it's just a nice thing. And you get up and sometimes you go to the store and you just find exactly what you need on the shelf at a good price. That's always a good thing. And I'm not sick, and they sleep at night. I think I've got so many things. If you could think about the positive things, weather is just part of it. It's cold in my house, but I have a nice little fireplace and it's heat, and I got oil in the tank. Nice. It's all nice.
Yeah, and I think that a practice that I have, that I do this every day. I got it from a book called The Magic, and it says that you should write down every day 5 things you're grateful for and why. I mean, we can all knock out things we're grateful for, but why? And we find out there are so many things. You know, when I sit there, sometimes I think, what am I grateful for? Well, I don't want to say the same thing all the time, because I'm grateful for health, grateful to be with you, grateful for good food, grateful
Grateful for lunch almost
Right.
every day. Lunch, I get lunch for doing nothing for her.
and taste
return.
buds. She's my sister. She receives. You know, remember this all the time. When someone gives you a gift, don't say, oh, you shouldn't have, or, oh, I didn't deserve it. Say thank you, because a giver can't give without a receiver, right?
Yes.
You know what I like to be?
I
A
don't.
wide receiver. Well, no, not that,
No,
not,
you
not
don't.
this way, because this way's happening. I receive wide arms to receive. So you want to be able to receive good, and you want to have gratitude. So uh, a lot of us listen to too much news.
Yeah, somebody does. I don't turn my TV on
And
until it's time for Heartland.
but I'm dealing with it like an addiction. You have to be informed. So I stay informed, but I try to watch better things, happy things. So you can't go hide under a rock, or you can't sit in a corner and cry because you lost someone you love. Yeah, it hurts and you do cry, but you can't devote your life to that. Always think of that pie.
Well, I figure God's still got a plan for me, because I'm still here.
If you're,
I've lost 2 of my family, but I'm still here, and He wants me to do something. So I'm
well,
kind of
and
working that
aren't
out.
you ever? I wished we'd have thought to grab this wonderful painting that Valerie's doing, and starting to work in oils. Right?
Yes, yes. I've got my fingers crossed.
I've seen it. It's very nice. So that's a good thing. Another thing that It's the little things. See, when we say grateful, it doesn't have to be that you got a new car. It can be that your car is running, right? She doesn't care about a car. She just saying she's got a ride.
That's right. And lunch. I get lunch every day.
Lunch and a place and someone to drive you
I don't
where
want
you
to
need to
keep
go.
saying it, but I can't help it. When you get lunch every day, sooner or later you realize how lucky you are. And it's something that tastes good and I like.
You remember when we were kids and the big deal was getting 25 cents to go to school on Monday because you'd pay for your milk. So you knew you'd get that bottle of milk every day for a
Chocolate.
nickel. Chocolate. I didn't like chocolate that much because it was sweet. I like chocolate
I didn't like
okay,
milk.
but yeah, no, that's true. You had to have it. You had to have it covered up. Well, the other day I had to go into town, and you know what you do if I'm traveling, if I gotta go to town, I gotta see how many things I can get done. So I bring her with me, and we got things done together. And one of them was going to the Dollar Tree.
Oh yeah, what a place! I don't, I don't need much that they've got there. It's Christmas time, stockings and whatever. You can find something you like in those stores.
A lot. I
Matter
can
of fact,
find.
too much. I got a stocking and a half for everyone.
Yeah, if you
Everyone I
guys
have stockings for.
spend over $100, you're doing good. I spent about 70 something, but it was all stuff that I'm a minimalist, coming and going. gonna use
You're
it
not going to
up,
keep it.
send
You're
it
just
out,
going to
not
use
gonna
it for
keep
a
it.
while.
That's right. That's right. But it is. So it's affordable, So some people that have issues, if they feel low, they go shopping. But they are shopping. Dollar Tree's kind of safe. Or if you go to another store, as long as you're, consciously being careful. Speaking of which, I just watched a piece of a movie that I've seen many times, and I can't tell you how much you really ought to see it. It is called What Would Jesus Buy? Now, don't freak out. It's not some kind of holy roller religious thing. It's actually kind of a satire, and it's also like a documentary, and it wakes you up. There's a great guy, very conservation minded, and he's called Reverend Billy Talent. And he took a bus trip from New York City to California, and he has the his church is called the Church of Stop Shopping, and he's got his Stop Shopping choir, and it's like a good old Baptist choir. They know how to sing, and they change all the words to the songs, so makes them humorous and consciousness raising, I would say. Um, Another thing I think that enhances our hope and our faith is looking at pictures and our memories.
Oh gosh, I've been doing the memory thing now for almost a week. I a trip I took to China with a very dear friend for 2 weeks. That was an amazing thing to do. Trip I took with a friend to England. Trips Donald and I took to some of the places, including someplace closer like Florida.
Yeah,
Just the
yeah.
two of us. That was a treat because we didn't get to do that very often with the campground. So we go down there. You can spend a week with just well, a few days that you get to spend there. The rest of the time in the motorhome driving. But that was
That's
okay.
pleasant.
It was okay. We were together. We were having good company.
Well, and I remember one time I went with you guys, and we had to pull off to spend the night. So we found a place. As I recall, there was something wrong. There was either something wrong with the air conditioner or generator or something in the camp, or it was a thing that Donald could get fixed. But we got there, and we had dinner, and after dinner, Don and Val were sitting on the bench seat of the little dinette, and Valerie had her legs out the sideways, so she was leaning up against Donald, and he just looked up and he said, "You know what? It just doesn't get any
Any better
better
than
than
this.
this."
I remember
Yeah,
that day. We were at, we were out west.
yeah, we were out west somewhere.
It was, I'm trying to remember where that was. I saw that picture just the other day too. That was a wonderful trip.
It was. It
That's what you
was.
got to remember.
Yeah,
Look at all the wonderful things.
the memories are real, even if the person isn't with you anymore. And so I remember
Get out the
when,
photo album.
yeah, when I lost Sammy, I was just, oh God, I didn't think I was going to live through it. But Somebody said to me one time, one day you're going to look at the pictures and smile. And sometimes my smile's a little crooked, a little sniffly, but it is a smile because no matter what, she's not with us any longer. Yvonne's not with us. You know, she was like my best bud out here, and my sounding board, and so it was a real big loss for both of us. I'm sure mostly her, but with Sammy it was me. So yeah, you want to love those memories. We talked about it in a video last year about how there aren't many pictures of us when we were kids. You had to put the film in, take the film out, send it away, get it back, and find out all the pictures you took look like crap.
Yeah. Not supposed to do that in the rain.
Blurry. This is true. Not doing it in the rain. So memories are really, really important, and they help to give us hope. Remember, it came to pass, not it came to stay. And so, what are some of the other things we're thinking of to keep our faith and hope strong in challenging times?
Find something to do. Find something to do. It doesn't have to be something important or something where you're making money. It could be weed the garden. If you're getting a charge out of that, do it. The rewards are fabulous. I happen to enjoy gardening, but there's a limit even with that for me. But there's always something you want to do. That's why I went and I started doing the oil painting. I'm not going to be a master right away. I got to work on that. But I'm enjoying it. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. I've done a long time ago when I went to school. But now it means something different to me. It's another day. It's another step forward. And when I look at it, it's like remembering the past. So it's been good for me. Everybody's got something they can do. My kids are so clever. They bought me those word search puzzles and number things. These books that I could just spend an hour or half an hour or something. Get your mind off of it. Shake things up a little bit and relax. You can't think about that difficult stuff all the time.
Yeah.
From day to day, it's difficult for all of us in one way or another.
Yeah.
But you've got to look forward and try to make the best.
Another really important thing that we've been doing is walking.
Yeah.
We'll either walk
slowly.
We'll walk around the campground, or there's fields out here, and we'll walk around the fields and we talk and we
sometimes we fall down.
I wasn't gonna say that, but now that you mentioned,
I fell, and I'll fess up to it.
It was very humorous. She actually just kind of rolled over.
My ankle got caught in a vine underneath a bunch of leaves, and it got a hold of my ankle and gave me a pull, and it knocked me right down on my back, downhill.
I'm trying not to laugh.
Take those glasses off, you'll look ridiculous. Maybe it'll help.
I like them.
But see, we both
really
went through the accident. And I did not like falling down on my back.
I helped her get out.
Outside after she went.
I had to stop laughing hard enough, because if I laughed any harder, I would have peed my pants.
It was a difficult day, but we got up, we got back. I took a extra Tylenol before I went to bed, and I was fine after that.
Yeah. So the walking is good. It's good because it's companionship, it's talking, it's getting vitamin D, fresh air, sunshine if it's warm, if it's sunny.
One of the good things for me is Donald built a pond out and back the year that he died, at the beginning of the year. And he worked on it all season long. He was determined he wanted to have a pond there for the kids, our grandchildren, to ice skate on this year. The pond is finished. He'll never see it, but he worked hard at it.
Well, I wouldn't say he'll never see it. He probably hangs out there a lot.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, especially when we go down there. And I'm very much here. Thank God I have Valerie, but I'm alone a lot. But it's okay to be alone. Hang on. Power and battery. And there's energy savings on my battery, so we're going to be winding this up. But
off for a little bit so we can look at ourselves for real.
Is that better?
No.
No, we'll be real for a minute here. Yeah, I'm overdue for a haircut. I'll come back from Florida looking quite different. Traveling is good if you get to travel, but I'm alone here. I don't have the I can't just pop off and travel here or there or wherever. But when you can travel, I'll be seeing Tristan. I'll be going down to Florida tomorrow, and we got a lot of fun stuff to do. And but also you reach out to the people that you love that are in other places.
We're going to join the
Uh,
senior center.
We're going to join the senior center.
They make some trips to shopping. They make some trips to
Yeah.
different places, a casino.
I sent my kids some cookies and stuffed dates and nuts.
Did you ever think we join a senior center?
No, because we're not old enough.
Well, I guess could start somewhere, right?
I may find some dude to chase around. You know, I've been single like 40 years. You know, but it's been good.
Almost
40
like
years.
new.
It's been a good 40 years. I will say that. But when I sent them the stuff, Lourdes, my uh, grandson's wife, messaged me back and she said, "Oh, those cookies were delicious." And I said, "Thank you so much." But you know, they weren't cookies; they were edible love. See, it's the same thing.
Put a new title to it.
Yeah, yeah. So you can be alone without being lonely. You can also pick up the phone and call a friend. You can volunteer. So remember that I'd say, you know, before Jesus was born, the times were mighty dark, and things were not looking good. Speaking of mighty dark, we are in the dark. I just want you to know that we wanted to show off the tree in the background, so we had to adjust our lighting, and it never worked. So if we're dark, Alicia, Valerie.
We'll put the lights on the next time.
Well, yeah, we'll probably do it at the kitchen table because I have a hard time getting her across the street. So anyway, yeah, there's so many things you can do, but whatever you do, don't sit in a corner and cry.
Don't. People, you just let them know you want to visit with somebody or talk to somebody or go shopping with somebody.
Go to a movie.
Yeah, we did that too.
Yes.
Yeah, we're getting pretty good about it.
Kind of like I call it therapy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Believe it or not, and in a couple of months, it's going to be time to do the RV show at Mohegan.
Yeah. 3 months. We'll see you in 3 months at the RV shows. It never ends, but it's a good thing. You got anything else to say?
Oh, I'm sure I do.
Now?
Oh, no, not necessarily now.
My battery's running low.
But I always have something to say. Thank you for listening to us.
Yeah.
This is one of the things we do to kind of make our day go better too.
It does. Makes us feel good.
We laugh at each other
We do.
and everybody else.
Yeah, we laugh at you when when you're not paying attention. All right, our friends. Goodbye. God bless. I'm not coming back until the 17th, so we probably won't have another video for a while. But when I get
till January.
no, we're gonna do one more before Christmas. I'm back on the 17th, for God's sake.
Well, that's a long time.
All right, guys, take care. Love you. God bless. I gotta find. Hang on, because I have to find where's my flipping cursor again?
You got to find the off button.
And the other day,
She doesn't like you.
the other day I hit the button to put it off, and see, I just did it again, and it didn't go off, and I was like making weird faces because I was looking at it and pouting. So anyway, we're ending now.